What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the Hasbro Transformers Age of the Primes Alpha Trion. This was sent to me by Dr. Diecast. Thanks for allowing me to take a look. And this is one of the figures in that line that I'm actually interested in, so I appreciate him picking this one out to send over. It's got some nice paint detail on it, which is surprising for a retail figure. You got white paint on the head crest, metallic purple. That might be paint infused plastic, but it looks good. Blue for the eyes, silver for the face. Silver accents here, blue there. Silver for the feet, silver on the arms. I mean, there's a lot of detail. And we'll see more in the vehicle mode, but you got this metallic blue, more silver, more purples and pinks. I mean, there's a lot of paint on a retail figure like this. It is a Voyager class, so it's slightly bigger, a little more higher price point. But still, I find it to be impressively well done. Let's go over the articulation. Head's on a swivel, can go forward and backward. Part of the transformation, but it goes way back, way down. Rotates at the neck around a peg. Shoulder wrenches around on friction out to the side, up to there. Shoulder pad can move independently. So if you wanted to move those up, on their own, you can. So you get this look if you want. We can rotate here at the bicep. Single joint elbow, but it gets you past 90 degrees due to the joint there. Just in and out movement at the wrist, but then you have fingers, articulated fingers, which I was not expecting on a Voyager. You have a little bit of waffles here on the inside of the arms, but it's okay. It's not egregious. You have ab crunch down to there. And that you're not expecting. We don't typically get ab crunch. It is part of the transformation, but still. Rotation at the waist. You have a hip skirt on a retail figure. Legs kick up to there. Back to there. It does obviously collides with this. Out to the side. Rotation at the thigh at a cut joint. Single jointed knee gets you 90 degrees. Ankle tilts out to there. And I guess you get a forward and backward on this foot just due to the transformation, but there is a little bit forward and backward. We get some nice accessories with this guy. We get this shield done in that same purple. Has a peg right here and a slot there. It'll fit right into the arm on the side. That looks pretty nice. If you don't like that, you can just stow it away. We can flip this around to this side. Fold this peg to the other side. Clip this together. Come to under his cape here. A little peg and a tab. It'll tab right into there securely. You can close that up, and now it's hidden away, and it adds to his cape. So again, very creative use of that. We also get his little book. Has some Cybertronian writing inside, which I thought was pretty cool. You can't open up both ends, so this end you get like a little globe or something like that. This end you get some Cybertronian writing. I mean, it really was amazed that they added detail. And then you can open up the page and there's a page in the middle. So like it's cool. It has actual pages on it. Like, how often do you get something like this from Hasbro? Very, very rare. So very impressive. And then it can actually be used. So this will peg into his hand. And then you can have it you could even have it where the pages are flipping, which I think is cool. He also comes with a little feather pen, a quill. It's just done in gray plastic, but it does have sculpted detail for the feather. That will fit in his hand. Easiest way to install it is just push it in from the front. And then close up the fingers, and now he can be writing in his pen or in his book. That's pretty funny. And I showed this to my wife, and I said, hey, look, he comes with a quill as his weapon. And she goes, what is he going to do? Tickle, tickle, tickle. How is he going to attack people? But I do think that's awesome. That's awesome that they worked that out. And you can't store this. Come to the back. And there's a spot right here. So you can store that away. You can also store the pen. So if you unplug that, come to the inside here. There's two little pegs on the side of this. And later we'll use this in the spaceship mode. But plug it in right there and close that up. And now he has storage for everything, which is pretty cool. You know, nice engineering. And one last accessory, which is sort of hidden, is his Autobot symbol, which is in his chest. It's pretty tough to get out. You know, my nail is not long enough, but use a spudger. You can kind of pry it out. And it's got a little peg here. So you could peg it into his hand. Or you can kind of have it more natural, like have him holding it. I've dropped this several times. So. But you can close the fingers, kind of have him handing it off to Optimus or whatever. But cool little thought, again, you know, very well integrated. And for size comparison, there he is next to the Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. And as I always mention, this guy seems overscaled. I probably should have kept my previous Optimus, but it does work. All right, let's get him transformed into his spaceship mode. Go ahead and set this aside, as well as the book. We're going to come to the back here. Open up this panel. We can remove his backpack piece. This is going to get reconfigured for spaceship mode. Actually, no, it's already configured. You're going to want to use this tab and this slot. It's going to end up in the same place, basically. But for now, just set that aside. Push the head back so it sits like that. Open up this cockpit. Rotate this blue piece through. Then you're going to rotate the ab crunch back. And just leave this here for now. Rotate the legs to the inside. Fold up the heels. By the way, these heels are pretty hard to remove. So when you first get it, you do have to fold the heels out. Just use a spudger or something to push it. It's very hard to get it out. Straighten up the toes. Same on this one. Fold the heels in. I don't know why. Maybe it's the paint. It's so tight. You'll see there's two tabs on the inside on both legs. And then one between the feet that all snap together. You're going to unpeg this knee pad from here. Again, both of those are pretty tight. Rotate the waist 180 degrees. Then we will take the cockpit. This will come down. You can see there's two pegs. They're going to go into two slots here. And rotate these out of the way while you're at it. So bring these down into the front. And then this will come down and peg in right here. This will just sit straight on the sides. So you'll have something like this. For the arms, you're going to fold in the hands. Fold the arms in. There's a tab right here going to a slot there. Tab here going into the back of the knee pad. So get that plugged in both spots. Same on this one. Fold this in. Get that plugged in on both spots. And then we can come to the bottom here. And like I mentioned earlier, we're going to reuse this in the same spot. I guess you could have left it there. All right, and there is Alpha Trion in ship mode. And surprisingly good looking. I really like the translucent red with the silver behind it. Metallic blue paint across the top of the cockpit here. That looks really good. Pink paint here. You get the head sticking out. That's cool. You know, just cool little effect there. I love how they integrated the shield into like his base, or I guess his wings. It's not bad. In person, it looks a lot better than what I saw in the pictures. I like the spaceship mode a lot more. It does have weapon storage or article storage, I guess. There's a little tab right here. This will plug in. And it actually fits perfectly in there, kind of like makes up part of the ship almost. So, I mean, that just works. And then for the quill, you can plug that in right here. and that'll store, basically under the wing. That's very cool. I love weapon storage like that. And for a quick size comparison, there it is next to the Studio Series 86 roller and drone. Nice big alt mode. It is a Voyager class, so bigger than the typical figures in the deluxe line, but yeah, looks very good. So final recommendations on the Hasbro Transformers Age of the Primes Alpha Trion. This is a pretty good figure. I'm shockingly loving this. I'm going to give this a 4 to 5 recommended. I almost gave it a 5. It does have waffles still here and here, so I couldn't give it the 5, but very charming figure. I love that they gave it the book and the quill. I love that this shield can be used in multiple ways. It can be stored to become more of a cape. It can be used as a shield. It can be used in the vehicle mode. All the stuff stores everywhere in both modes. It's just very utilitarian, charming, and good looking. I didn't think I'd like the alt mode, but I actually think it's pretty cool. So yeah, everything about this I think was pretty good, especially for the price point. So yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Dr. Diecast for sending us for review, and we'll see you next time.